I'm not obviously an advocate of legalized marijuana, but it's here. It's here. As an RN for 37 years, I do, and don't anybody shoot me here, but I do understand the value and the use of CBD oil, which is THC free.
Right.
It is helping Parkinson's and epilepsy, all kinds of things. So I think the stigma of the Woodstock era kind of has to go away a little bit on things like this. So using that as just examples, and this is to both of you, and you can take it back to Connecticut. How can we reach the younger generation? Because our generation of diehard Republicans is going away. And if we don't reach the young people and their values and not change things, but kind of like you were saying, Casper, tell them the truth and say, what's really happening. How can you all reach the younger people and get their vote and make it realistic? Because I guess my view is Democrats are idealistic. Hold hands, sing kumbaya, we'll all be fine. The Obama era. But Republicans are realistic. Free college would be fun. Thank you, Bernie Sanders. But Republicans are realistic. How can we pay for it? So I think we have to reach out to these young people and say, yeah, I know you want free college, but it doesn't work that way. So in general, I'm just using those for examples, how can both of you reach the younger people and get them involved and open up their eyes to what's really going on?
So Elizabeth, that's an excellent question. And I drive for Uber Lyft at night. So I drive the young people around. And you'd be surprised how many millennials are actually excited to actually be married. So I would push back a little bit on the values. They have values. They just don't relate them so much to the Republican Party because they have been programmed to believe the Republicans are racist and all the other things, right? So we have to be more aggressive in our conversations with them. And I don't mean aggressive as an antagonistic. I mean aggressive as in we need to keep pressing the envelope. So let me give you a classic example. So I was driving this young man home. He was in his last year of law school, right? And he was headed that weekend to a Bernie Sanders rally. And we got to talking. I have campaign stickers on my car. So he said, you're running for Congress? I said, I sure am. Hop in. So we had this conversation. And I said, so you're headed to a Bernie Sanders rally. Why are you supporting, Bernie Sanders? He said, well, I'm supporting him because of free education. I said, yeah, at 17, I really wanted everybody to pay my stuff too. I certainly did. I said, but let me ask you a question. So you want the 1% to pay for your college? He said, yeah. I said, so do you realize that I am part of that 1%? And this is a young white millennial. I said, are you telling me, Casper, that you want me to pay for your college? Oh, well, no. Oh. I said, now my granddaughter, who is 17, soon to be 18, I'm going to teach her to be an entrepreneur, and she is also going to be a part of that 1%. Are you telling me you want my granddaughter to pay for your college? Well, no. I said, well, it's easy to say you want the 1% to pay when you don't know who the 1% are.
Yes.
But when you know who the 1% are, and it's me, I'm not paying for your college. Well, no. The ride was over. We talked for another 20 minutes. He was headed to a Bernie Sanders rally that weekend, but he said he's going to vote for me. That's how we do it.
And to add to that, this Saturday I'll be up in Fort Collins at the college, at the university, doing a forum and talking about where we stand and some of our values and what I'm looking to do. You're right. It's in today's society with social media, right, Facebook, our world moves so fast. It changes by day. When we were growing up, it was a slow pace, and we had time to have conversations. We had time to sit down and really analyze what the topic was. Now it's 15 seconds of something, right? And nobody really thinks about that, And so what we need to do, and this is all of us, our generation, we're the ones, and my wife and I are as guilty as everybody else. When our kids were growing up, there was nothing wrong in throwing a VHS on the TV for them to watch something, right? We didn't encourage them to go outside and dig holes or climb a tree or do whatever, to be able to really think things through as it pertains to life. So we have to start talking to these millennials. And here's the thing that we have to do different. We have to make sure that we are listening to them, not lecturing them, right? Not telling them, well, when I was growing up, this is what, right? We need to let them know that we care about their opinions. We need to guide them. But the one thing they want the most is they want to be listened to. And if we can do that, if we can listen to them and give them a voice that says, I totally respect what you're saying. I want you to look at it from a different perspective. Just think about it. I'm not telling you what to do, but also think into the future. Because this millennials, they can only think 24, 48 hours into the future. I own a little bar restaurant, and there's a lot of millennials that come in late at night. And I've asked them, said, what does your future look like? I said, I don't know. Have you thought about it? I said, I don't even know what I'm doing tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I really can't think about the future, right? We need to help them do that. It's the same challenge that the Democrat side faces, but they like to give them, that Santa Claus wish list. What do you want for Christmas? I'm going to give it to you, right? And so everybody feels good about that. But the reality is that we got to let them know that, life is not meant to be easy. Life is meant to be something that we strive to be happy about. And don't let anybody tell you how it's going to be for you. And that's the difference between Republicans and Democrats. But we definitely have to go to places that we're going to be the old guys in the room. We're going to be the ones that people are like, what are you doing here, right? I remember going to places where I said there was a lot of gray matter in that room. Well, I'm starting to have that gray matter. So I'm starting to be a part of that. But we have to be mentors. We have to let them know that there's a different way.